Good day, folks. Today on the bench I'm going to tie you up bass fly. This is a crayfish imitation, and it's got a lot of materials on it. It's quite a complex tie, I guess if you will, or it takes a lot of materials. And I think I'll just go over the materials with you as I tie this bug. It swims upside down. It's got a lot of nice breathability, and it's got everything in it that you really need on a hook or on a bass fly to intrigue some of these bass with a crayfish. So let's go on, get our hook in the vise, and I'll go over the materials as we go along because this one here is going to take a little time. Okay, to start here I'm going to put a bass stinger hook in. That's a size 2, I believe. I'm going to use some flat light olive thread. I'm going to go in here with a small dumbbell eye. We're going to tie that on the top. It's going to ride inverted upside down in the water so it doesn't hang up on the bottom. Get some really good jigging action going. I'll X that on, go through the bottom there, tighten it up. Come around the corner here a little bit on the back. And then we'll come in with this is some craft fur that we found in the store in the States a number of years ago. It's really got a lot of nice barred markings on it. I use that for a lot of saltwater and shrimp type flies. It's got nice barred hair. It's a synthetic. It doesn't soak up a lot of water either. It's not heavy. I'm going to put that in here for the tail. Find our butts down there nice and tight. There we go. That's really nice. Okay, now I'll get some couple strands of black crystal flash. Going to imitate the antenna. Very similar to kind of a shrimpy pattern here too at the back. I have another one of those I use in the salt. That's really good. I'll tie that for you one time. Get that all done there. Kind of a short one there. I'll get that out of the way. Just want a few strands that extend past that. Now for the eyes, what I want to do here is I'm going to take some 40-pound monofilament, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces of that. I'm going to burn an end of that with my torch. Get on a glass bead. Like so. Then I'll get some solar res here so I can hold it into place. Put a little solar res on the top here. Cook that on. That holds that on. I'll do the other side. Either glass bead, just get a little dab in the back there. My torch on that. There, that's not going anywhere. So that's a quick way to make your eyes if you're doing shrimp, crabs, or crayfish, whatever you want. Okay, and I'll tie that on each side here. Note, get the equal length. They have a natural curvature when it comes off the spool, so it wants to go out. And I'm going to finish here with an egg sac. This is just iced up chenille, orange. Take a couple turns of that. There we go. Then I'll come in with this is kind of a heavy bass saltwater neck. Come in the sides here, we'll get a couple, nice big wide, maybe we got there. I'm going to need 4. So I'm going to tie these. Usually we splay them out. I'm going to come about the end of the tail with these for the claws. I can just take two. I'm actually splaying them in because I have this big ball of chenille holding everything outward. Now these tips here get a little fine. You want to make sure you get in here and get some of the rounder tips. There is some here. There's two back. You just look for them, they're in there. And that kind of gives you more of the look I'm going for, nice wide. So we'll match these up on this side. Take our claws. Make sure they're tied. Oh, and this one got away on me somehow. That happens. No, that was from the other side. Okay. So I was okay. Thought I made a mistake, but I didn't. Okay, so that's the claws, the antenna, the head on it. Now for the, we can put a little wire in here to rib the body up. Copper wire. Then I'm going to take some 1/4 inch scud back light olive on the belly, because this is going to ride upside down, remember? And I'm going to tie that at the top of the body. Then I'm going to go in with some really nice webby olive hackle at the back of these super saddles. That's really nice material for something like this. And I want it to taper. And I want it to taper forward, so I'm going to come tie it with a tip at the back here. And another nice little accent. I'm going to take some Palmer chenille, some root beer Palmer chenille. Tie that in the back. This is really fish catchy stuff. Boy, I like eating this stuff. So then what I'm going to do is take my hackle. I'm going to start a couple turns there. I'll take a turn of my Palmer chenille, fold it back, then I'll just start working this back for the legs. My wire out of the way there. When I wind it together, it gives me a nice kind of blended, gives a nice olive, some nice bright coloration to it there. If you want a little more olive in the front, I can just cut my medium chenille out. This is just a fly that's got a lot of breathability. To me, I like flies that do breathe. I'm going to clip the bottom here now. Just want to clean that bottom up a little bit. I don't want all that in there. Want that more for legs. Okay, and then we'll come in here with the top. On the front there. Should have some wire kicking around here somewhere. There it is. Then I can just rib. You have to be really careful because this is so soft. Kind of got to weave that through. Let everything kind of find its own way through there. Take a little time. I'm only going to make a few turns there anyway. There, we get that wound to the front. And there we go. Now we can come back to this behind the eye. I'm going to pull back my olive again over top. kind of gives me my body, or roughly my body. I didn't, could have done a little neater job with my ribbing there. You get the idea what I was doing. I just like materials that really breathe and move well. They pulsate in the water. Now I'm going to come in with some really nice, these are Silly Legs Fire Tip Sand and Orange. Really nice. Come in with 3 of those. And actually the legs are just small, but I like this tied this way up. Fish or shrimp pattern like this down in Florida all the time, and it really works well. Those legs work good up there like that. So I'm going to just repeat that procedure right here and tie that off. Then I would take my Solarez and coat that all up. Top, the bottom, give it a, you know, take, if you got a thicker Solarez on it, a couple of coats should be good. And that'll be very durable. But there's a great little bass fly for you. And you can tie it a lot smaller. There's some tiny, quite large. This is a number 2. Big largemouths will eat that like candy. They'll hit that hard. And if you were fishing, you know, smaller fish, downsize that. You maybe take that down to even 6s. And there you go. Nice little bass crayfish. So thank you for watching Sports Fishing on the Fly. And if you haven't tried any bass fishing, might be something you'd want to give some consideration to. It's a lot of fun. They hit real hard. They're a very popular fish downstates. And also here in southern British Columbia, we do have a lot of bass lakes. So there's another species for you to target. Thanks for watching Sports Fishing on the Fly on the Bench. We'll catch you again soon. Thanks for watching.